Hello students, welcome to Spectra Education Academy. In this video, I am going to explain what is the relation between maximum height and time of light when body thrown vertically upwards. Also, I'll show velocity is same on coming back to the ground when body thrown vertically upwards. Okay, first let us discuss the relation between maximum height and time of flight. So first let me remind you, what did you get H max in the previous class? H max is equal to u square by 2g. Let me also remind you, what did you get for time of flight? It will be 2u by g. Now from this I can write u is equal to gt by 2. You call this equation 2, you call this equation 1. Substitute equation 2 in 1. So H max is equal to 1 by 2g. What is u? Gt by 2 whole square. Now 1 by 2g. So it will be g square t square by 4. So you will get this, once this g and g get cancelled, you will get 1 by 8 g t square. So this is the relation between H max and time of flight. Yeah. Now let us show, on reaching point of projection, the projectile will possess same velocity. Suppose let us say body thrown vertically upwards. From the ground, body thrown vertically upwards, providing initial velocity u. On reaching the maximum height, this is H max, you call it as. So final velocity will be 0. After reaching maximum height, again it moves down with 0 initial velocity. So it behaves like a freely falling body. Now make use of v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So while going upwards, final velocity will be 0, initial velocity provided. Going upwards, g permanent, a will be g, but the permanently negative. S will be H max. So negative get cancelled both sides. So you will get a u square is equal to 2g H max. Similarly, while coming down, make use of same v square minus u square is equal to 2as. While coming down, it is freely falling body. U will be 0. 2. Coming down, g permanently negative. This is going to be H max, and even that is also negative because while coming down. So this will be v square is equal to 2g H max. So equation 1, equation 2, you are finding right hand side same. So you can compare left hand side, v square is equal to u and v is equal to u. So you can confirm that velocity is same on reaching point of projection when body thrown vertically upwards. Yeah, right. Let us discuss a few applications of a freely falling body. The first one is a body starting from rest, moving with the uniform uniform acceleration. So we are going to find out the ratio of distances traveled by the body in 1 second, comma 2 second, comma 3 second. So 1 second means 0 to 1 total time. 2 seconds means 0 to 2 seconds. 3 seconds means 0 to 3 seconds. So 0 to 3 is 3 seconds of time, 2 seconds of time, 1 second of time. Let us make use of, to get the answer, let us make use of S equal to ut plus half at square. Yeah, so S will be turned as H. Since coming down it will be negative, u0 half A will be turned as minus G T square. You call this is T1 square. So negative negative cancels. H1 is equal to, okay, basic equation you write down better. Basic equation H is equal to, instead of writing 1 and 2, first you write down basic equation H equal to half GT square. So now you can say H proportional to T square, right? Now moving to the question, H1 is to H2 is to H3. T1 square is to T2 square is to T3 square. So what is T1? 1 second. 1 square is 2. What is T2? 2 seconds. 2 seconds means 2 square, first you write down. T3 is 3 seconds. 3 square. So answer is 1 is to 4 is to 9. Yeah, there is another application. Say this is application to a body starting from rest. Starting from rest, moving with the uniform acceleration. So the question is the ratio of distances traveled by the body in its traveled by the body in its first second, second second, third second, so on. So the meaning of question is, okay, there is no difference you find 0 to 1 second, 0 to first second. But when you talk about second means you have to treat it as first second to second only. So we don't consider 0 to 1 what is happened. So we consider only first second to second. So when you talk about third second, so we consider second distance traveled from second to third second only, but we don't consider 0 to 2 seconds what happened. Only in a particular interval of time, in a particular interval of time. Okay, so we have an equation of motion Sn or S part u plus a of n minus of, otherwise you can take this is t also, tth second or nth second, both are same only. Yeah, now Sn, you call this as h1. Since u0, first you write down hn u0. Since coming down negative, a is minus g, t minus half. So cancellation of negative sign. So you will get hn proportional to t minus 1 by 2. Anyhow, g is uniform acceleration due to gravity. So moving to the question, h1 is to h2 is to h3. is equal to T1 minus 1 by 2 is 2. T2 minus 1 by 2 is 2. T3 minus 1 by 2. Now you substitute the values. So T1 is 1, 1 minus 1 by 2. T2 is, otherwise you can include even along with the G also, there is no problem, but you will have to cancel G finally. Yeah, G is 2. Second case, 2 minus 1 by 2 G is 2. Third case, 3 minus 1 by 2 with the G, right? The final answer is H1 is 2, H2 is 2, H3 is equal to 2 minus 1. So it will be G by 2 you will get. Then 4 minus 1, 3G by 2 you will get. 6 minus 1, 5G by 2. So there is again cancellation of G by 2. So you'll get the answer as 1 is to 3 is to 5. Let us discuss another application of a freely falling body. This is the application. For a freely falling body, find the ratio of times taken to fall successive equal distances. So let me understand this question with the help of a diagram. Say body is falling freely. U is 0. Distance traveled in the first second. So, sorry, distance time taken to travel first meter. You treat this as T1. Time taken to travel second meter. So it means this may be total time. T2, so to cover 2 meters, it may take T2 seconds. This is 0 to 2 meters. Now this may be 0 to 3 meters. This may be 0 to 3 meters. So as per the question, to come 0 to 3 meters, it may take of time of T3 seconds. But what we require is, we require time taken by the ratio of times to travel successive distance, only third meter, only second meter. Second meter means what? 1 meter to 2 meters only. Third meter means 2 meters to 3 meters. We don't need to consider 0 to 2 meters. So in the second case, you don't need to consider 0 to 1 meter, only second meter to travel, third meter to travel. Okay, so once again, let us take S is equal to ut plus half AT square. Since falling freely, you will get that minus h is equal to half u0. So this is minus g, this will be t square. So you'll have to cancel minus both sides. So you'll get h is equal to h proportional to t square, you can say, or h is equal to half g t square. Now, in the first case, h1 is equal to half g t1 square. So it will be 1 meter is equal to half g t1 square. You will get t1 is equal to, after simplification, 2 by g. Since here square is there, it will become under root. You call this equation 1. Now similarly, h2 is equal to half g t2 square. So first you take h2 as 2 meters. So 2 meters is equal to half g t2 square. Now let me write this as 4. Instead of writing 4, you write like this only. 2 into 2 by g under root is equal to t2. You also write this as root 2 into root 2 by. You will get result same only, but you try to get in the way first equation. This is second. Now moving to third part. Okay. This is second equation. Moving to third part. H3 equal to half G T3 square. So total distance after 3 seconds. So it means this is 3 meters. So total time after 3 meters, after traveling 3 meters. Half G T3 square. So I can write this as T3 is equal to root 3 into root 2, in particular under root 2 by G. You call this equation 3. But what we require is time interval to travel successive equal distances. So we require this time interval. So it means that is T2 minus T1. We require this time interval. So to get this time interval, from T3, you subtract T2. So you call this is T3 dash. You call this is T2 dash. Now, so from this you get a T2 dash as T2 minus T1. So what did you get T2? T2 is this. Root 2 with the minus 2 by G. So if you take common, you will get you take a 2 by G common, you will get a root 2 minus 1. Same way you do in the third case also. We require, this is T2 dash, we require T3 dash. So it is T3 minus T2 is equal to, so what is T3? You got root 3 under root 2 by G. What is T2? You got root 2 under root 2 by G. Now, so you take out common under root 2 by G. So it will be root 3 minus root 2. Now the final step, time taken to travel successive distances. Let me write T2 dash. Of course, T2 dash is included with T2 minus T1 only. T3 dash is equal to, so what did you get to T1? It will be just under root 2 by G. What did you get T2 dash? It is this one, under root 2 by G with the root 2 minus 1 is 2. What did you get T3 dash? It is 2 by G with the root 3 minus root 2. So on cancellation of under root 2 by G, so you'll get the final answer as 1 is 2. Root 2 minus 1 is 2. Root 3 minus root 2. So second option is correct. This is a previous IIT question long back. In my next video, I'll continue with a few numericals for a freely falling body and a body thrown vertically upwards. Thank you very much for watching my video. But don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends and relatives. And don't forget to put your comments. Thank you very much.